Welcome back. As you can see, we have in fact mounted the new Z-axis onto the machine, and it is working. There were one or two problems. First problem was, I'll just move the camera a bit. Right, the first problem was my alignment of the ball screw. Being a complete prize idiot, when I measured up, for reasons better known to myself, I presumed that this was equidistant both sides, the key way or way for the Z-axis. But now you look at it straight on, it's obvious to anybody that it's offset. So I set up my ball screw supposedly to come down the centre where the old rack was, and maybe gain a millimetre or two out of the rack slot. And you can imagine what I thought when I put it on and saw that my ball screw was over by about, I don't know, 4 or 5 millimeters. Anyway, I proceeded with the fitting. I ground out the head, and knowing that I needed more space to the right, I ground it out in that fashion, but I ground too much. Anyway, we got all that put in. It surprisingly enough lines up very straight. I've got no problem with that, and there is plenty of room where I thought it was going to be tight at the back. Well, not plenty of room, but there is room. There's more room than I thought with the fact I'd got it offset, because I was sweating on being able to use a bit of that 4mm recess for the curvature of the 28mm ball screw, just to go in maybe a mil or two to give me extra clearance. Anyway, when it's all in, it doesn't actually need that, and it's lined up very well. The only problem I've had is when I come to put a screw in, because I've done too much grinding, I've got no land on this side to drill and tap. So at the moment I've only got one screw in it. But I have made an adapter plate that will secure to the ball screw and secure to the casting. So at some time when I feel I need to put it on, we've got it ready to go. The operation of it is very good. It moves very steadily and securely. I've gained about 30 millimeters or more at the top of the screw. If we can get a picture of it. I'll have to lift it, sorry, because the casting now comes right up to the top, whereas with the other ball screw arrangement it was about 30 millimeters or more shy of going to the top. So I've got more movement on the Z-axis. The other thing it doesn't do anymore is nod when it's drilling. It drills precisely up and down with no side to side movement, and that's one of the main reasons for making my own conversion. One of the things I wanted to cure. Also, it has straightened the head up. Where is it? The head. It was leaning slightly towards the front, and when I did surface milling with a big surface mill, I was getting a ridge, considerable ridge. Now you can just feel something, so straighten that up a lot. So that's two jobs that are better. Also, when it's cutting out, the cut is a lot cleaner than it used to be because the head is more rigid. I suppose I could have got it more rigid with the other arrangement, but it meant taking it all off to adjust the gibs. It might have worked better like that, I don't know, but this one certainly does do the business. I've got no side to side movement when it's drilling. It looked quite stupid actually before when it was drilling. It was bending from side to side. So we've improved a few things really by doing that. It's more rigid, there's no play in the head, it goes up and down without twisting, and generally a better job because it's more rigid, because the head's more rigid. The quality of the cut is better. So we got it on after a day's frustration, and again, as I say, dropping rickets left, right and centre, but in the end I managed to get it together and get it working. That screw will have to be sorted. It does go up and down, obviously all the weight is on the ball screw, so it's hardly pulling anything down, it's coming down of its own volition. So I think that's better mounted underneath rather than on the top, and there was no problems with it being mounted underneath. I haven't lost anything that I can see. In fact, I've gained at least 30mm at the top, so there you go. I'm going to make my own y-axis next, x-axis next. I'm not the only one that gets X and Y mixed up. Even the best of them get it mixed up, so I get it mixed up. Anyway, I've got a new screw, ball screw for my x-axis, and the next job is to endeavour to fit it. I also want to learn a bit more about the G-code, well, especially about Mark III, because I noticed other people's machines move between jobs a lot quicker than mine does, so I've got something else extra to learn there. Oh, and I've set up the steps per whatever, and the backlash, and it's pretty accurate now. That on the width, that's 1 is 0.01 wider than it should be, so I think that's as close as I need to get. Anyway, we'll have another go shortly, so thanks for watching and bye for now.